The Edge at 11 starts now.
And tonight on The Edge, new developments in one of the largest human trafficking busts in the state's history.
The investigation led detectives to a home in Southgate, and now a 70-year-old man faces charges in connection to this bust. Fox 2's Jessica Dubak joins us live. Jessica, there's a lot of layers to this case.
Yeah, we started working the neighborhood earlier today. One house after the next said they would see men waiting in their cars along this block, and they were waiting to get inside this home. They knew something was weird, something was up. It turns out their intuition, it was right. A 70-year-old man, the one who owns this home, now charged with human trafficking. And as we know with these human trafficking investigations, it's usually part of a much bigger network. Did you guys ever have a hunch of maybe or think it's peculiar?
I did, but yeah, I did. I was like, I wonder what's going on over there.
They don't call it a mother's intuition for nothing.
There was different men here every day. I thought it was the illegal massage parlor.
Covertly in cars, slipping into this home off Superior Street in Southgate, only there for a short time every time. The house is owned by 70-year-old Michael Navoy from Allen Park, allegedly running a house of prostitution here, trafficking women to be used as sex workers. Oh, poor kids.
I do.
This is literally
scary.
20 feet?
Very scary. Very scary.
Last week, Michigan State Police raided Navoy's homes. We learn he's allegedly tied to a major bust of illicit massage parlors in Wayne and Macomb counties. The Attorney General's office confirms with Fox 2 Navoy was affiliated with the defendants charged in what they're calling one of the largest human trafficking busts to date.
Even though there was talk that, it was up to something, I don't think any of us could have imagined it was to this extent.
Claude Coates knew Navoy for a decade, previous business associates.
Mike would be one of those entrepreneurs that would try this, that, the other thing, right?
Pizza parlors, photography, now apparently prostitution.
He said he was going to Windsor to help women with their paperwork so they could have access to coming to the States.
Claude's theory, the women from Canada Navoy spoke of were the victims from various Asian countries trafficked here to downriver.
He would always be somewhat elusive in his conversation, but now it's become crystal clear that this man was no good.
No good and right under their noses in this neighborhood. Shocked but relieved.
Glad he's off the streets, and hopefully they keep him where he needs to belong, in jail.
Now, the massage parlor bust, that giant one that the Attorney General is investigating, is connected to Navoy's case, both being investigated with the help of Michigan State Police. Navoy's charges actually coming out of the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office. And get this, his bond was set at $1 million cash. Reporting live in Southgate, Jessica Dubak on The Edge.
Jessica, we hear these stories time and time again. It is a residential house in a quiet street, and the neighbors have no idea until the feds or the police move in and they make a bust. Is there anything that people can do in the future to kind of, keep their eye on any signs or anything that they can maybe alert police sooner?
Yeah, Michigan State Police Colonel said this in a press conference last week. He said, we can do this, we can investigate this, but we really need the help of people that are in these neighborhoods. And that mom you heard from earlier, Alicia, she's kind of kicking herself. She says, I knew something was going on. I wish I would have said something to police earlier. And she recommended that anybody else, if you see some kind of bizarre traffic, especially men sitting in cars and staying for just a few minutes, then leaving, that's a huge clue that something weird might be going on.
If you see something, say something. Don't doubt your intuition. Jessica Dubak, we appreciate it. Thank you.
We are getting our first look at a man accused of spitting blood at a Lincoln Park police officer following a high-speed pursuit. This is 38-year-old Christopher Johnson. It was December 4th when a woman flagged down a patrol officer in Wyandotte to report a man in a truck tried to run her off the road. Officers attempted a traffic stop, but Johnson is accused of leading them on speeds topping 100 miles an hour across 6 downriver communities. He crashed in Huron Township. Police say he spit blood after an officer smashed a window to extract him from the vehicle. Johnson is charged with fleeing and eluding, assault on a police officer, and driving while intoxicated.
Salem Township and Northville residents had a whole lot to say, expressing their opinions about a new landfill.
The proposed landfill would go right next to an existing garbage dump that's close to capacity. Fox News' Dave Spencer has more on why residents say enough is enough.
The Arbor Hills landfill, located in the upper west corner of Washtenaw County, is owned by GFL and governed by Salem Township. But according to the mayor of Northville, he says it affects many more people with little recourse at this time.
It's in Washtenaw County, but Wayne County, Northville Township especially, gets all the odors, the particulates.
This landfill is set to reach capacity in about 5 years, but GFL wants to expand to the area directly to the north, and the process of doing that is already underway.
It's been a plan forever, but they have initiated the process by making a request to the state of Michigan.
And now the efforts of the Conservancy Initiative and everyone in this room is to stop that process, or at least have a new landfill somewhere else.
They should be along an expressway where you're driving 70 miles an hour and you smell it for 5 minutes, not in neighborhoods.
Debbie Brown has lived in Northville for 40 years.
We don't get the smell a whole lot, but we're going to get it more when they get this new expansion going north. It's going to go north.
State lawmakers were also at this town hall. They say trash is big business.
Michigan as a whole has more trash than anywhere else in the country.
And people come from far and wide to drop it off right here.
90% of that trash comes from outside of Washtenaw County.
They do so because it's cheap, roughly 35 cents per ton to drop off trash in Michigan versus $5 in other states. The lawmakers say there are efforts in Lansing to raise those fees, but so far it hasn't come up for a vote and time is running out. Now, no representative from GFL was at this particular town hall meeting, but back in September, GFL was at a Salem Township meeting where they did express their desire to purchase the land to the north of the existing landfill. However, the Washtenaw County Board of Commissioners will have the final say. In Northville, Dave Spencer on The Edge.
And we're going to talk about our weather now. We've had a mild start to the beginning of the week, but we're hearing it's not going to stay that way.
You know how it is. You may get 1 or 2 warm days, but that cold is right around the corner. Isn't that right, Rich?
That's exactly right, Brandon, Taryn. We do have changes in the forecast. We had the rain this morning, and then this afternoon, once again, we made it up to 50 degrees, but there is colder air building in our direction. It's not going to happen all at once, but Wednesday night into Thursday morning, it's going to be a lot colder around here. Could be 1 or 2 sprinkles south of the Michigan border. How about the highs today in the lower 50s? Here are your averages, 39, 27. So we're way above where we should be. Right now, numbers for a lot of us in the low to mid 40s. There's the cold air. Minneapolis 26, Denver 23, and a piece of this is coming our way into the Great Lakes. I'll show you when it happens. Not tomorrow, not even tomorrow night, but Wednesday, we're going to feel colder as it moves in, and with it, there'll be some heavier lake effect snow showers on the other side of the state. You can see where the advisories are to our west near the Lake Michigan shoreline. Around here for Wednesday and Thursday, we're not going to get a lot of snow. Certainly there's going to be a lot more to our west, but we will see some snow showers. On top of it, it's going to be brisk and much colder into Thursday and Friday. For the rest of tonight, down to 37. Tomorrow, back to 44. Lots of clouds. And then you can see the wintry weather coming our way for Wednesday and especially Thursday with a high of 22. Moderation for the weekend. We'll check it again coming up tomorrow morning. Brandon, Taryn, back to you.
That sounds good. Thanks, Rich. Well, University of Michigan Regent targeted at his Huntington Woods home for a second time this year by pro-Palestinian vandals.
Now, attorney Jordan Acker and his family are now living in fear.
Showing up at a board meeting and screaming at me, that is your First Amendment right. Throwing mason jars through my window and vandalizing my property and terrorizing my children is not your right. This is terrorism, it is criminal, and whoever did this should be going to jail. They're not looking to free Palestine, they're looking to harass a Jew.
This is the third time. Now, back in May, a masked man posted a list of demands from the Gaza Solidarity Encampment at the U of M on Acker's front door. Then in June, the law offices of Goodman Acker were vandalized. Black and red paint covered the outside of the building. Police have not yet made an arrest. Well, a local arcade and a pinball haven is leveling up their fund for the ultimate gaming experience.
Yes, Marvin's Marvelous Mechanical Museum moving up the road to their new home in West Bloomfield. It's not always easy to say, by the way, but it's a lot of fun to be there. The city of Farmington Hills announced back in February the spectacle of a hangout or hangout spot would need to move to make way for a Meijer store. Now Marvin's new location at Orchard Mall in West Bloomfield will be 14,000 square feet. The owners say more room means more fun. Marvin's last day in Farmington Hills will be January 5th. Christmas carolers, they showed up in full force tonight outside Corewell Health Beaumont Hospital to spread holiday cheer.
This was hard to miss all those bright lights out there as they kicked off the moonbeams for Sweet Dreams. The tradition has been going strong for 6 straight years in the hospital, at the Royal Oak Hospital. Pediatric patients and their families, they shine flashlights throughout the hospital windows, down to friends, to complete strangers who are shining their lights up to them from the ground. Now, if you want to join in, the tradition continues for the next couple of weeks. Every night around 8 o'clock, the Corewell Health Beaumont is located at 13 Mile and Woodward.